Hello everyone, this is the Final Bosman, and on this week's episode, I'm finally gonna beat Jacob Lavelle. Welcome to the show. I am Kyle Bosman, and this week I'm gonna pull out all the stops. I'm gonna put on a show, ladies and gentlemen, because for the last few weeks running, I've been losing in ratings to my rival, Jacob Lavelle, and his dumb show, The Last Lavelle. No, don't show it. Please, don't show his show. I have to admit, though, that it is a better product. The Last Lavelle is funnier than my show. It's cooler, and it's smarter, it's hipper. They have better analogies on that show. That website's video player works better than ours. And I can't explain it. I just want to beat them. You know, people are like, Kyle, hey, come on, your show's fine, man. You're doing all right. You still break 100K from time to time. And it's just like, yes, I get that. I know what I don't want to talk about it. It's completely unrelated subject matter. What I want to talk about this week, hey everyone, MPDs happened last week. And with those, global hardware tallies for our 8th generation consoles. Big deal. So where we stand now, the PlayStation 4 is at 7 million consoles sold, and the Xbox One is at 5 million consoles sold in to retailers. Which means sold to stores, not necessarily people. 7 million sold to people for PlayStation 4. This prompted Xbox's Larry Herb to publicly state on the Xbox One subreddit, "Congrats to Sony. As I've mentioned before, this is a marathon, not a sprint, and we know what we need to do." And then he winked. Today's list. Why it's completely okay that the Xbox One sales are far behind the PlayStation 4's. Number one, the Xbox One is still outselling the Xbox 360 at this point. The Xbox One, if I may say so, is a smashing success. We've learned that the global Xbox One sales are outpacing Xbox 360 by more than 60% at this point in time. So, if this trajectory continues, Xbox One is going to be the best-selling Xbox in Microsoft history. If this trajectory continues. And it should be noted that last month, the leading line was that the Xbox One was surpassing 360 sales by over 61% at that same point in time. So I think we should take that number very literally of 60%. But still, hey, that's something, right? Better than Xbox 360. And that was when the 360 was winning. Oh, it's this? Okay. This is the ratings report. Oh my gosh. The Last Lavelle is beating us already. Already? Damn. No, this is bad. This is bad for us. Because if you think about it, there's only so many people who are willing to watch a weekly opinion editorial video game show. And when he does well, it kind of looks like, there's taking away potential viewers away from this show, which is bad. And I know, yes, some people will watch both shows, but you only watch the commercials once. If you see them on Last Lavelle, chances are you're going to ignore them on my show. So it doesn't. So you know what? Get your head in the game, Bossman. Not out of this yet. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring out the tie. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the tie. The most anticipated tie of the year 2014. This baby is exclusive to this show. And, well, okay, not quite exclusive, but I think it really works best on the Final Bosman ecosystem. Number two, history proves that the underdog can still win. That's right. Just like Larry said, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? So, okay, whatever. Sony scored a bunch of runs in the first inning. Round one, Sony. Okay, good job, PlayStation 4. But one only has to turn to history to see that the Xbox One coming out on top is still a very real possibility. You think of the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. That came out first, and it had a lead over the Super Nintendo. However, with superior hardware and god-tier software, the Super Nintendo pulled ahead in the end, becoming number one. Then the PlayStation came out and had a lead and sustained it. And then the PlayStation 2 came out early and had a lead and sustained it. But oh, hey, who could forget last generation when the underpowered and significantly cheaper Wii came out a year after the 360 and still came out to be #1. That was something, huh? So I'm saying there's still a chance. They're in? Oh my god. Here we go. Okay, the ratings. We're still down. Last level is still winning. Tie didn't change a thing. Do you know that this tie won more awards than ever at T3 last year? The terrific tie Texpo. Wasn't cheap. Oh, hold on. Actually, I'm getting a call. Hello? Okay, I understand. That was the tie's designer. She said that the next tie she makes, she's also going to give one to Jacob Lavelle. So, I don't know. I don't know how. If the tie doesn't do anything, if the price cuts don't do anything, I don't know how I'm ever going to beat Jacob Lavelle. Second place forever. Number 3, just wait for E3, baby. So one of the fun things for me, just as a video games media spectator, has been Phil Spencer's promotion to head of Xbox. I like reading his interviews. He seems like he likes games. He seems more savvy, than things we're used to. He seems like he likes E3, and so do I. So hey man, welcome to the club. Also, if you think of where Microsoft was at this point last year, they seemed out of touch and creepy and mean. They seemed Scroogely. And so I think there's a significant difference in how they seem this year. They seem humble and excited, and that's a fun thing. Edge recently ran an article, Can Microsoft Turn Things Around for Xbox One? Which, by the way, is uncalled for. In which Phil Spencer was interviewed, and he said, I run first-party studios, so I'm all about exclusives. When we talk to people, that exclusive content is the #1 reason that gamers buy a given console. I wonder who the people he talked to are. Probably not the 7 million people who bought a PlayStation 4. I'm assuming they bought it for other reasons than exclusive content, but I like where his head's at. I like that Phil Spencer likes to talk about games. He's a games guy, he comes from games, and he likes games. Another quote I like a lot is when they were talking about the discrepancy of performance between PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. He had this to say, the resolution and fidelity of things that people will be playing on Xbox will be top-notch. You ship with a certain idea about what the profile of a game running on your box will look like, but you learn in terms of what people are really doing and how you can make it most effective for developers. That's a confusing quote for me too. I assume it means one of two things. One, DirectX 12 is going to dramatically change things for the Xbox One. 2, maybe we all need to broaden our definition for top-notch, right? What does top-notch mean to you? It could be 720p and above is top-notch. Is it good? Okay, everyone, got our new ratings report. Well, why would you say it's good? Last Lavelle just got 1 million new viewers. You know what though? I don't care. And this is how I honestly feel, right? So Last Lavelle is probably always going to be a better show. And I think at this point, reasonable to think that that show will always have more viewers. But that doesn't mean that my show is valueless, right? There's still a living person behind this show. I still make it. And so what if I'm not, there's still things here that you're not going to see on The Last Lavelle. And so, yeah, maybe I should look inward, right? Maybe I should stop making analogies to races that I'll never win. And maybe I should just focus on myself, on my stuff, and how to make this a success in its own right. And I mean, at least I'm still doing better than Edgar Credis and his show, The Ending Credits. That guy, woof, he gets like no views. And you know what, it's like, it hurts to watch that show because he keeps delaying the episodes, and it's like, man, you are talented. If you would just stop investing all of your time into this thing that is clearly not going to work out, I think you could definitely have a better show, Edgar, but he just sticks to it every single week. It's real hard to watch that one. Anyway, that is the end of this week for this show. Thank you for watching. If you're on Twitter, you can find me at Kyle Bosman. I will be back here next Wednesday, and I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, I am Edgar Credis, and you are watching The Ending Credits. Now, I suppose I should open by acknowledging that yes, last week we did have 53 viewers. However, I can't help but acknowledge this as 53 human beings. And to be honest with y'all, that is mind-boggling to me to even have an impact on one person's life. So 53, I'm touching all your lives. So I just wanted to say, from the depths of my heart, I'm very grateful for all of y'all for watching. So today's episode, it's just gonna be me drawing a picture of a mountain lion. Always start with the eyes.